Teach everyone to update this Japanese wrist bag. 58 braided needles first. Then the crochet is wounded and pulled over like this. Crochet winding pulled over. Winding pull over. It's always been like this. And then 58 braided needles. Pay attention to the tightness. Not too loose, not too tight. Just swipe it back and forth easily like this. After hooking the 58th stitch, start retracting short stitches. The position of the short needle of the lower needle on the back of this braided needle of this crochet. Pass him through like this. Hook short needle. It is not easy to enter the needle by hooking a row of short needles. Take your time starting to enter the needle. The first row is not easy to hook. Then it is because it wants to hook the deep position. Well, you can go directly, but it's not easy to tick. Here's a trick. It's crochet facing down. After passing through, take it up. It's more convenient to bring it here. Okay. Everyone in the back hooks the part of this inner shirt by themselves. A shirt with a short needle hooked on it. All the way to the very beginning of this. Check it yourself. Okay, hook to the last stitch. This is the last stitch. Then hook it over with a short needle. Then hook a short needle. Stand up needle as second row. Then twist the fabric in this position. Then start hooking short stitches. Half needle after hook. Hook the back half of each braided needle. This location. Let me show you. This is normal. We need to insert the needle at this place. Then we now have to stitch in the back half of each line. The second half of the needle needs to be adjusted. Needle V shape. The second half goes in. Then start hooking short stitches. Then tick again. This is the first line, 234. 4 lines in total. This short needle. A total of 4 lines should be ticked like 4 lines without reduction. This second half needle is short. Well, everyone in the back will tick it themselves. Well, you need to tick a needle for each line as a standing needle. Then a total of 4 lines are ticked without reduction. This short needle with the second half needle. Check it yourself at the back. Okay. I've already ticked 4 rows here. Row 12,344, and then hook to the last stitch position. Just disconnect the line directly. Then the wire stretches the coil, and then you bring in the lines. After bringing it here, then let's count 10 stitches on each side first. This one. You can count from there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 90. Then buckle the intersection at the position of the 11th stitch. Then we are the location where the line was just disconnected. Over. Count from here 1 to 3 for 5, 6, 7, 80 or 90, and then we start at the 11th stitch. Continue to hook the second half of the needle and short needle. Then the position of the first needle is 2 hook to short needles. The first one counts as 1. Then tick another one. From the back, it will continue to tick. Broken needle in the second half. Then tick it all the way to the position just marked. Okay, everyone tick it yourself. Okay, buckle it to the position of the marked 5 buckle. Stitches. Do you remember if this is the 10th stitch? If you don't remember, stitch, count 1 again. 1 to 3 for 5, 6, 7, 8, 90. This is the 10th stitch. Then hook another braided needle for a standing needle. Then continue with the first stitch and start hooking. Still the same. Good, the glue buckle can be removed. Then a total of 12 rows had to be ticked. This is a row. Then 2 rows of tick. 12 more rows. Such a short needle in the second half. Hook another 12 rows. The bag body needs to hook 12 rows. Okay, back. Let's finish these 12 rows by ourselves. Hook to the position of the last pin in this row. This is the last stitch. Then the reason why there are 2 stitches on the top one, just to find it when looking for the first injection. Otherwise, it will be hooked under this. Then the back. There are 11 more rows behind. There's nothing else to look out for. Just be careful not to add or subtract needles. Each row is unabated. Half needle 12 rows of short needle hooks in total. This is row 12. There are 20 rows of the whole bag in total. Then the 2 parts with the handle of the 2 handles. This is row 4. The other one is row 4. Then the middle bag place is row 12. Okay, everyone ticks the remaining 12 rows by themselves. I teach everyone the other handling part. I'll teach you later. Wiring parts. Then hook to the position of the last thread. Take out this thread, just the way of ordinary wiring heads. I usually cut like this, a little bit stronger. Then cut off the extra thread. That's it. Then continue to tick at the back. Or you can hide the line. Well, I think it's easier this way. Then I am usually like this. Check it yourself at the back. Well, in the back, if you take this as the front, the position of this thread and this connector is exactly here. If it's here, you can give him this pimple. Get him here. Get it over here. No problem. Everyone in the back ticks it off by themselves. The back part of my bag is done. Can you count it? This one is a flower. It's actually 2 rows. Then 1 to 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8 to 8, 6. And then the body part is done. We're going to finish the last row here. The end of the bag. 21 braided needles in a row. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1 to 1, 3, 1, 4, 1, 5, 1, 6, 1, 7, 1, 8, 1, 9 to 0 to 1, 2, a braid needle. In the future, we will also start to tick back short needles. It is also at the location of Satoyama. This is the part of the other handle. if it gets in the way. You just pull it. Take a look. There are still 2 stitches. So is this needle. Then hook it and rotate it. Give it a spin. Then keep ticking. This outer hook. Second half needle hook. Second half needle, short needle. The second half of the needle and the short needle have to be hooked to this position. That's what's behind us. 4 lines back and forth. Here's the first line. And then after you tick this line, you have to tick 3 more lines. Then it ends directly. The location of the big body is complete. After hooking, teach everyone to sew. Check it yourself. It's the same at the back. Still have to tick. Well, the second half needle is short. Okay, I'm done with the last row. Good break. When disconnected, this stream is twice as long as that one. Twice the length of the enclosure. We're going to sew up the back one. Then take the wire directly from the coil side. Then disconnect the line. After the line is broken, take it directly from the thread. After taking it out, then needle out. Suture needles and then threadings. This is how we sew it. This is sewn like this. Is that so? Is that so? Well, this is the front. Let's sew directly on the front. Front direct sewing. Then a line here. After this and alignment, the flowers align. Looks better. Then insert directly from here. Then just sew it up and down and back and forth like this. Just adjust 2 stitches. Just tune 1 coil or 2 coils. The position of the last stitch. Sew hem like this. Okay, no need to bring a broken line in the back. Thread a needle like this. Then pass through the back. After wearing it, just bring a few stitches in the back. Hide a little. Give it a little wipe. Bring the line outside. Don't pull it too tight. Then compare it. This is the location of the bag mouth, the position of our wrists. Lean down a little. Click a needle. Then when you want to sew in this position, just sew that half stitch. Just sew this half stitch. Same thing. A line up and down. Just sew it back and forth like this. It's the same seal on the other side. Okay, it's done. Take the thread inside after sewing. Wear it inside. Then hide the line from the inside. Just hide the thread. Then disconnect the line. Our line is a bit long. Double the wrapping thread is enough. Then use the remaining lines below. Sew it up for everyone. Let's sew the position of this other piece together. Location of another piece. Then wrap this body and align it directly. Then find the first needle. Then tie it in a knot. Tie a knot and just wear it back and forth like this, same as the other one. Then bring him the thread. Okay, let's sew this up in the back. The same goes for the back one. If your thread is long enough, you can sew it with this thread. If the thread is not long enough, you need to take another wire. Cut another piece of thread. Just sew it up. Okay, the explanation of this bag will be recorded for you here. Please complete this bag yourself.